Say ya pues, Wabbit. It's Wabbit season.
Duck season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Fire! Fire! Everything. Daffy gets blasted. Page 7, Daffy gets blasted. Page 8, Daffy gets blasted again. What's the matter with you people? We can't do this kind of stuff anymore. Brothers, Warner. Showbiz legends like me shouldn't have to play stooge to that long-eared, carrot-chomping, overbite challenge. What's up, Doc?
Mr. Duck, excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't see how we can have a Bugs Bunny movie without Bugs Bunny.
Oh, my heavens, no. You couldn't have a movie without Bugs Bunny. And if you don't mind me asking, whose glorified personal assistant are you?
Kate Houghton, Vice President. Comedy.
Right.
Hello, Canada, and the world at large. This is Lane from Canada. Holy crap, this movie has a bad title. I love this movie, but whose glorified personal assistant thought Back in Action was going to pack theaters? Call it Looney Tunes Raiders of the Blue Monkey. Anything else? See, this is the problem with unexpected successes. You make a movie with a terrible title like Space Jam, with a likable but terrible actor like Michael Jordan, it somehow makes $1 billion, and then you get lazy when you try to do a follow-up. Then the follow-up movie turns out to be surprisingly good, but it tanks at the box office, and we have to wait almost 20 years for Warner Brothers to get yet another brilliant idea like making Space Jam 2 starring one of the most unlikable people alive.
That's a huge bitch!
And the gang rapist from A Clockwork Orange, while removing Pepe Le Pew for supposedly being a patriarchal endorsement of rape culture. Then that movie tanks, shocking nobody, and we'll probably never get another good Looney Tunes movie again. Thanks again, Warner Brothers. Good luck kickstarting James Gunn's DCU with The Authority, a non-Henry Cavill Superman, and a still unfunny George Lopez saying,
"Batman's a fascist."
Welcome to Before Movies Sucked, and this is Looney Tunes Raiders of the Blue Monkey. After freaking out about having to once again play overly blasted second fiddle to Bugs Bunny in the upcoming Looney Tunes movie, Daffy Duck is immediately fired by the literal Warner Brothers as the company only needs the right to his name. Kate orders a security guard named DJ to evict the protesting Duck from the studio lot. Daffy instead leads DJ on a merry chase through various film sets.
Oh yeah, and then this happens.
Yes! That lights, that conditioning, that stereo. To the Duck Cave.
Hey, stay away from that Batmobile! Come here.
I'm allowed to steal. I'm a celebrity.
Tell it to the judge.
Feeling pretty good about yourself?
I am.
You bested that dastardly Duck?
I did.
And now you're going to offer your catch to the pretty executive?
Indeed. Miss Houghton!
Hey, what do you know? I found Nemo. I think she likes you.
Oops!
DJ is also fired for the disaster and dejectedly returns home, only to realize that Daffy is stowed away in his backpack. The Duck immediately settles in, but is stunned to realize that the home is owned by DJ's father, Damian Drake, a famous actor noted for his role in Bond-esque spy movies. DJ and Daffy receive a secret call from Damian, who is fighting off an army. Hey, that's Timothy Dalton!
Don't you want to know why?
Damian reveals to his son that he really is a British secret agent who only used his film career as cover. Knowing that he's about to be captured by the evil Acme Corporation, Damian instructs DJ to meet an operative named Dusty Tails in Las Vegas, who will help him find a mysterious diamond called the Blue Monkey. Desperate to save his father, DJ immediately sets off for Vegas in a barely running car that he used to deliver pizzas in. However, Daffy insists on coming along no matter how many times DJ throws him out the window. When Daffy mocks his mundane security career, DJ states that he was previously a professional stuntman in the Mummy movies, until he was fired by the franchise's arrogant leading man, Brendan Fraser. Meanwhile, Bugs realizes that the upcoming movie's classic routines will not work without Daffy after he painfully gets blasted by Elmer Fudd for the first time.
Say your prayers, Wabbit. It's Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Duck season.
Wabbit season.
Wabbit season.
Wait a minute.
See, I told you this wasn't gonna work without...
Realizing that their now duckless film is doomed, the Warner Brothers immediately threaten to fire Kate unless she finds and rehires Daffy by Monday. Bugs calls Daffy to get him back, but Daffy insists that he's going to become rich and famous from discovering the blue monkey. However, the phone call is intercepted by an Acme satellite, leading the evil Acme chairman to send his minions in pursuit of DJ.
Soon the Acme Corporation will tower over all of creation!
All of creation!
Acme! Acme!
Wait a minute.
Yes?
What about the duck?
Extra crispy.
I don't know if this is the best or worst acting Steve Martin has ever done, and I'm leaning towards the latter, but I freaking love it. Kate goes to DJ's house to see if he knows where Daffy is, but only finds Bugs in a great recreation of the shower scene from Psycho. However, she is horrified to learn that she fired the son of the studio's biggest star, and Daffy, on the same day. Knowing that Bugs is listening, she pretends to cry until the rabbit confesses that Daffy is searching for the blue monkey with DJ. Bugs finds Damien's actual spy car, and they head for Vegas. At a casino owned by Yosemite Sam, who is in league with the Acme chairman, DJ and Daffy find Dusty Tell's performance. Holy crap! 2003, Heather Locklear was hotter than, or at least on par with, every preceding year's iteration of Heather Locklear. Dusty gives DJ a playing card that will help him find the blue monkey, but Sam's henchmen attack them. Dusty fights them off while DJ and Daffy flee, eventually running into Kate and Bugs.
There's got to be 314 hotels and 142 casinos in Las Vegas. We are never going to find that duck.
Daff never misses a cue.
Sam and his cronies pursue them in Jeff Gordon's car, but eventually blow themselves up with dynamite.
Throw it out the window! Throw it out! Throw it out! But innocent people could be hurt. Throw it out the window! It'll send the wrong message to children.
Just a suggestion, but all those in favor of not hitting dead walls say aye. Mother.
Taking you to mother.
You know, I'm beginning to think that this one is the spy car.
Damien's spy car eventually crashes in the Nevada desert, leaving our heroes stranded. They are unknowingly hunted by another Acme operative, Wile E. Coyote, with about as much success as can be expected.
I don't want to get too wrapped up in your little caper here, but let's just assume that you're right and Damien Drake is a spy?
Super spy.
They eventually discover an operative codenamed Mother who is in charge of a secret government facility, Area 52, that houses multiple captured aliens. Mother provides them with some questionable spy gear and plays an old VHS tape which reveals
the Acme Corporation is in hot pursuit of the Blue Monkey Diamond, a supernatural gem with the ability to turn people into monkeys, and then back again.
Yeah, that's the plot device of this movie. Before Mother can tell them the meaning of the playing card, the Acme chairman contacts a captive Marvin the Martian, instructing him to steal the card. Marvin breaks out of his cell, leading an alien revolt and attempting to blast Daffy, but gets briefly disintegrated instead while the others escape. DJ realizes that the queen on the card is the Mona Lisa, leading Bugs to instantaneously transport them to Paris by map. At the Louvre, they discover that the card reveals a dotted line map of Africa hidden inside the Mona Lisa, and are able to take a photo of it before being apprehended by Elmer Fudd.
I'll take that.
What gives, Doc? We made 35 pictures together.
Well, as it turns out, I'm secretly evil.
That's showbiz for you.
Now make with the card so I can please my dark masters.
I love self-aware evil. This is the best exchange in the movie. Bugs and Daffy lead Elmer through various famous paintings, finally managing to disintegrate him when he turns into a pointillism painting. Then Goldberg shows up for some reason and manages to steal the camera with the photo, but the chairman realizes that Daffy's face is blocking part of the map. He then decides to unleash his most fearsome asset, the Tasmanian Devil. As the heroes trek through an African jungle, they are met by Granny, Sylvester, and Tweety, who guide them to a ruined temple. After fending off various booby traps and discovering the blue monkey, DJ confirms the power of the diamond by transforming himself into a monkey and back. However, the diamond is immediately captured by Granny, Sylvester, and Tweety, who are actually the chairman, Goldberg, and the Tasmanian Devil in disguise. The chairman teleports them back to Acme headquarters, where he reveals his plan to have Marvin the Martian affix the blue monkey onto the Acme satellite, which will turn everyone in the world into monkey slaves to build Acme products, and then turn them back into humans to buy them. As the chairman locks himself in a shielded chamber, DJ and Kate are tied up with Damien, who is bound on piles of dynamite in the path of a speeding locomotive. However, Bugs and Daffy escape and pursue Marvin to the satellite in a spaceship. DJ and Kate manage to free themselves and rescue Damien, but Daffy's cowardice gets the better of him as Bugs battles Marvin.
What am I gonna do? What would Damien Drake do? What would Duck Dodgers do? Wait a minute. I am Duck Dodgers! Yes! I'm going to be the hero of this picture! Duck Dodgers to the rescue! Duck Dodgers to the rescue! Duck Dodgers! Duck. Ah! It's you-know-who to the rescue! It helps if you don't say the name.
Disgusting earth rodent. Now to neutralize that duck.
Oh, this can't be good.
Now the diamond will bathe the earth in a monkey transforming glow.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thwarting evil makes me so angry.
Well, that takes care of that. Yikes! Thanks, Dad.
Are you all monkeys yet? Uh-oh!
Checkmate, Mr. Chairman. You're going down.
With the chairman defeated, DJ finally confronts and punches out Brendan Fraser for ruining his career, before returning home with his father and Kate. Bugs congratulates Daffy for finally becoming the hero in a movie, revealing that everything they went through was the actual movie. Movies like this do not win awards, and decades later they even struggled to earn the title of classic. However, as far as embracing the wacky fun of the old-school Looney Tunes shorts and staying true to the characters, this movie is as classic as they come. And if you have to find it in the $5 DVD bin at Walmart, I actually count that as a plus. Gotta say a word about the score. Jerry Goldsmith may have just out-medleyed himself on this one, incorporating classic Looney Tunes themes with spy thriller music, and even a heroic western score during several of the action sequences. It's as much fun as any comedy caper film could ask for, and it's another reminder of why the man had such a long and varied career in film scoring. I particularly love the Psycho parody, where he incorporates the Looney Tunes theme music right into the legendary screaming violins from the shower scene. I'll also say that in a cinematic world wherein pointless cameos have become the literal lifeblood of dying franchises like the MCU and the DCEU, Raiders of the Blue Monkey is a great example of how to cameo right. This is most notably accomplished with a great black and white appearance by Kevin McCarthy, reprising his signature role of Dr. Miles Benella from Invasion of the Body Snatchers 47 years later. But there's also a couple of great moments from Roger Corman, the man who basically brought us every bad B-monster movie ever made, as the Batman film director, and one of his and Joe Dante's most frequent collaborators, Dick Miller, as DJ's security guard boss. However, the cameo cake has to go to the more recently TDS-afflicted Ron Perlman, who turns a grand total of 2 lines into one of the greatest cameos in film history.
Mr. Chairman, while we agree that the Tasmanian devil is quite vicious, if memory serves, he is also really stupid.
Really? Well, so are you. That's a good boy.
Withdraw my objection.
You always feel a bit of sympathy for live-action performers who share most of their scenes with an animated character whose voice won't even be recorded in a sound booth until several months later. If you have a heart, you've got to empathize with everyone from Breckin Meyer and Jennifer Love Hewitt in Garfield to James Marsden and Jim Carrey in Sonic the Hedgehog. For one thing, it's just flat out hard to compete with the energy the animated characters can bring to the screen, although I do have to tip my hat to Jim Carrey for basically outshining Sonic the Hedgehog in his own franchise. Secondly, these are professional actors who are signing up to spend several weeks of their lives performing against a tennis ball on a stick that acts as an eyeline indicator. You've got to respect that. The good news is that the human cartoon interactions in Raiders of the Blue Monkey are some of the best I've ever seen, and I particularly like this scene where Daffy is being ejected from the studio. Kate honestly seems to be struggling to wrangle a combative toddler, and almost trips down the stairs when Daffy spins around her. Who would have guessed that Jenna Elfman was so method? Regardless of the best efforts of the actors, the only way the live-action animation combo works is if it's actually a good movie written with some amount of care for the human characters. And if you really want to cross T's and dot I's, you go for broke and hire the most charming actors you can find. Hence we get a Looney Tunes movie with Brendan Fraser, Jenna Elfman, and the guy who literally played James Bond. However, the performance award officially goes to the late great voice actor Joe Lasky, who voices both Daffy and Bugs, and he nails both of them. A couple of decades ago, I spent more time than I care to admit trying to defeat Marvin the Martian in the Duck Dodgers game on Nintendo 64. The fact that Joe Lasky also voiced Daffy and Marvin in the video game is what makes him the one voice actor from the world of Looney Tunes who I'll always have a soft spot for, right up there with the legendary Mel Blanc, and his bombastic performance as Daffy is one of the highlights of the movie.
Well, that's just cheating.
Daffy!
Bottom in fake New York. I'll be too busy accepting numerous multiple offers. Every studio in town will pay. Who am I kidding? My career is over.
Perhaps I was being too polite.
Get out!
I'll starve. I'll have to eat envelope glue. Wait, a sushi bar. No.
Hey, no. Come on, open the...
They're bad people.
Relax, sister. I don't know the meaning of the word fear.
Say your prayers, dude!
Fear, noun, a state of terror.
Incoming!
One of the most pleasant surprises of the movie is that the self-aggrandizing duck is pretty much the lead character. Frankly, Bugs is too unflappable and passive to hold the lead in a full-length film, which is why it works so well saddling him up on the B team as an annoyance to Kate, while Daffy is officially A Squad annoying DJ. Maybe this is just my own bias, as Daffy Duck and Marvin the Martian have always been my favorite LTs, far outpacing Bugs Bunny, so Daffy taking the lead role and then Marvin once again being the final level boss was pure pancakes. I'm not saying that the spastic Daffy has a single characteristic in common with the heroic, self-sacrificing leading man, but his unadulterated ego, along with his instant decision to make DJ his new best friend, makes him a lot more fun to spend time with for the majority of the movie. I mean, you've got Brendan Fraser and Daffy Duck headlining what's essentially a road trip buddy movie. What else do you need? Could this movie be made today?
Oh, oui, monsieur?
There's a man with he's got a woman. She's tied up in a burlap sack. He's taking her to the Eiffel Tower.
Ah, it is spring, is it not?
The film features this guy.
It's horrifying.
A female character requires rescuing.
And I'll be shooting for my own hand.
We didn't realize it at the time, but that movie was the beginning of the end for Pixar.
Well, I think we can all agree that the decision to get rid of Daffy was a poor one, but it's time to move on. And by move on, I mean reversing course and getting Daffy back.
After committing the blue-haired sin of acknowledging that women can make mistakes, a strong female character defers to a double-teaming patriarchal business hierarchy in order to save her job and secure future advancements based on merit and a cooperative attitude. Has she not heard of doubling down or the TikTok trend of quiet quitting?
With quiet quitting, you're doing what you're paid for and not more.
That's a huge bitch!
And it's about setting boundaries around what you're willing to do.
This is unacceptable! We cannot have 9-year-olds working in sweatshops making Acme sneakers, not when 3-year-olds work for so much less. Yes!
But sir, they require naps.
Put double espresso in their sippy cups.
The Hollywood elites who only remove homeless people from the sidewalks with snowplows when they need a theater to look pristine for the premiere of a movie tailored to appeal to the Chinese film market, and by extension the censorship mandates of the Chinese Communist Party, don't appreciate Steve Martin saying the quiet part out loud like that.
Who here thought they had permission to say anything critical of Chinese politics?
Well, it is true, sir. The Chinese seem to exploit their own people with forced labor.
Shut the up, Thor!
And what is your name?
Mary.
Well, Mary. How'd you like to do a little kissing later? Yeah. That's what they all say at first.
The fact that Mary seems flattered by the chairman's romantic overtures and later willingly joins him in his shielded chamber leaves the blue-haired people with the uncomfortable insinuation that prior to the Me Too movement, some women really were just asking for it.
Conflicted.
Presented without comment.
We represent the Lollipop Guild.
I'm gonna come up on you!
Rugged white males punching each other in the face.
Down with the patriarchy.
Pesky foul!
Whoa, you do not get to use that word. That is our word.
Pesky foul!
In the most literal sense, this attempted murder is a clear example of black-on-black crime, and half of the United States was burned to the ground in 2020 by BLM Antifa on the accepted premise that such criminal actions occur so negligibly as to be statistically non-existent. Portraying the myth in a comedic light is even more unforgivable, and I think we all know who's really to blame.
You've got to do better, Senator. You've got to step up.
Wabbit season!
Wabbit season!
Wait a minute.
See, I told you this wasn't gonna work without...
Single-barrel headshots at close range are fun.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
You are worthless, Alec Barrett!
At first they told me to lose the stutter. Now they tell me I'm not funny. It's a pain in the butt being politically correct. You're telling me.
20 years later, I'm pretty sure we've come full circle on that one again. So Porky Pig and the Oscar-winning Speedy Gonzales are both canceled on multiple levels. Fat people with stutters are not hysterically funny, and people only want to see Mexican stereotypes and perpetual victimhood movies like Blue Beetle, or so I've been reliably informed by all the people online who are outraged that it somehow lost $300 million after the director called comic book fans and film fans a bunch of racists, and George Lopez called Batman a fascist.
Arriba!
I think he likes you.
Heteronormativity.
We'll convert your children.
Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Answer, we team you up with a hot female co-star.
Usually, I play the female love interest.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello.
About the cross-dressing thing in the past, funny. Today, disturbing.
Lady, if you don't find a rabbit with lipstick amusing, you and I have nothing to say to each other.
The blue-haired people are reasonably confident it was jokes like this that led to multiple mass shootings being carried out by fully misunderstood, albeit fully manifestoed, transgender people in the past year. If we keep allowing jokes like this, parents might start to believe it's a bad idea to let their 6-year-old daughter cut his dick off.
Hey, kids, here's a present for you. Be sure to run real fast with it now. Come on, double time. Let's go. Move, move, move.
Guess who? So did you miss me?
Duck rape.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Good morning. Hey, Batman, you good? All right.
As you may recall, despite his being arguably the most popular superhero on the planet, the blue-haired people who run DC Film Studios and the CW network have recently decided that
Batman's a fascist.
According to various recent movies and TV series, Batman needs to give his money away like some freaking commie and go work in a soup kitchen. However, the blue-haired people still don't actually accept the repentance that they demand, so even if Batman completes his sentence in a Canadian re-education camp, this cameo from a time when he was still widely regarded as a right-wing hero is still enough to turn somebody's blue hair green, and then we're right back to university safe spaces.
Mr. Trump,
Yes,
are you Batman?
I am Batman.
What's up, Doc? Hey, Bobby, how's the wife? Great nose job, Chuck. Oh, thanks, Goyles. Good rug, Mel. Never would have guessed.
Now, I could be crazy, but I'm fairly certain that was a tribute to Looney Tunes legends Chuck Jones, Mel Blanc, and one of several famous creators named Bob, Clampett, Givens, and McKimson. Either way, it's putting white guys from the 1930s on a pedestal, and that chick from the Snow White remake with the Easter Island brow ridge would like to have a word.
You know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. So we didn't do that.
This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's way down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out?
Oh my gosh, I can't even stay in the blue-haired devil's advocate mindset after that. How can anyone hate their own character's legacy that much? Here's a more likable sampling of Sydney Sweeney's Instagram.
Great googly woogly!
Ready to fly, anywhere the duty calls, ready to hide, to be free.
Anyway, should Christ tarry, I'll see you in the next video. Jesus loves you. Vote Lane for King of Canada. I'm very glad that the new Looney Tunes shorts now have Elmer Fudd chasing bugs around with a Grim Reaper sickle, because that's way less horrifying than a shotgun. And let's make movies great again.
I'm going to get you, Dodger.
Come on, man.
All right, Duck, you win. You found all of my energy atoms. I promise to never again plot to destroy the Earth. Won't you at least let me blow up Jupiter?
Sure, what do I care?
Oh, goody.
Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century!
I bet that's going to hurt.